Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here with a flip through of my latest journal today. This is my Thistle Witch journal. It is made with my Thistle Witch kit, which is also available in my Etsy shop. But let's get into the fun of this book. I've been working on it for quite some time. The base was a beautiful old book called The Treasury of Many Wonders, and I retained the whole cover. I did some swirling in gold on the back, and then I gilded the embossing on the whole cover. Then I added our Thistle Witch here. You can probably see her. She's behind acetate, and then there are some actual dried thistle leaves trapped under the acetate. The acetate has some leaves and little sort of sketched on purple thistles, and then it's been stitched onto the book. And then this is my hand dyed wool locks from a blue-faced Leicester sheep, and some of my hand-spun shades of purple yarn that's all been stitched into the cover of the book, okay? Then on the spine, you'll see this fun thread loop up here. It's kind of a fun little decoration, and then there are some handmade thread thistles that I made and some fun strings of green, just as a nice little dangle on the spine. I do have a tutorial on how to make these on my Patreon. Then the book closure is with metal eyelets and some nice green seam binding. So this journal is 174 pages. It is 10 by 7 with a 1.5 inch spine. It's 5 signatures. And so, as with all my books, it will end up in my Etsy shop once my Patreon has had a chance to look at it. So we open up the book here to these fun end papers. These are really nice, sort of like these hanging kind of flowers. And in the front, I've added this journal card of these lovely, some of them are thistles, some of them are flowers. It's from a field guide. And then just a large kind of beautiful orchid painting, or trillium. So a little bit botanical in this book as well. Not everything is thistly, but we have some spring and this fun green here. And then we have the Treasury of Many Wonders from the original book. And then I've added this thistle here. This is from my kit. I've added some coffee dyed lovely lace on the edges of pages throughout this book. And here she is. This is the Thistle Witch from my kit. In the background with more thistles there. And this file folder style pocket on the green paper that was originally from this original book. And then this is a shaker card with all sorts of, it's like trapped things, thistles, little thistle bits, with some of my painted paper and a drawing I did, and an illustration that I did of this witch, all underneath that acetate. And then a belly band here. And this journal card, this is also from my kit. Some of my watery oak rust dyed papers and another page from my kit. Background also from the kit. All the pages have backgrounds all from the kit. And then this is some of my boiled book page. This is some of Mary Ellen from Red Parrot, her beautiful dyed paper, and this is an oil painted jelly print envelope, and it has inside this image here. It's a vintage illustration of butterflies all landing on a thistle, and so that just pops on into the envelope. Another back side and the front page of the Thistle Witch kit, more of the watery oak. And this is a little fun alcohol ink and paint spatter original piece that I made into a journal card on some photo paper, and it's in this little pocket here from the kit. These are both pieces from the kit, so that's the journal card and pocket, with that on the back also from the kit. And then another background and page. And then the original copyright page from this original book. So I made this little pocket type tuck up there with this lovely, I thought she was kind of witchy and fun. So it's a little journal card there. And another page from my kit. And a background. More of Mary Ellen's beautiful paper and some of my boiled book page with some fun dyed lace down the side. Then a pocket from my kit, and then this was a page that I made just from an old field guide illustration of thistles, the pin thistle. And it's like a little kind of trifold. And it just pops in there. This is like an eggplant colored folder and then a collage pocket with this bit from my kit here. And this is also a tag from the kit with a leaf stitched on the top. Fun botanical page and this pocket. Now this is also from my kit, and it is a postcard. This is the part that you get sort of as the piece of ephemera without the stamps. There are 2 squares there, and it does say postcard. And then it has on it a poem from Robert Lawrence Binion, who lived 1869 to 1943, and it's called The Thistle. In a patch of baked earth at the crumbled cliff's brink, where the parching of August has cracked a long chink, against the blue void of still sea and sky stands single a thistle, tall, tarnished, and dry. Frayed leaves and spotted brown, head hoary and torn, was ever a weed upon earth so forlorn, so solemnly gazed on by the sun in his sheen, that prints in long shadow its raggedness lean? From the sky comes no laughter, from earth not a man, erect stands the thistle, its seeds abroad blown. So it's a beautiful postcard, and then I've backed it with this other page from the kit. This is one of my painty papers in here. And it's on some crinkly brown paper. There's a whole technique. I did a whole tutorial for this kind of paper on Patreon. And then we have some watery oak paper, another page and background from my kit, some beautiful handmade paper from the papertrail.ca, and then a little tip of Edith Holden. Another background and page from my kit, and this pocket is also from my kit. And inside this pocket, we have this. This is actually a Tim Holtz card, but I just added some purple here to give a thistle-y feel to the flower in her, on her neck piece. And that's just held on with a little rusty paper clip. More watery oak and painty paper. And this is like a cabinet card image from my kit with this lady inside. And then this is the large journal card of the Thistle Witch. She does appear a few times throughout this book because she's kind of the, the main character of the story. We have a little glued down bit with a candlestick here and another nice thistle. A file folder pocket from my kit, and this is like a giant ticket from my giant tickets kit on this eggplant folder. And then this is from a lovely old book about roses, and I just really like the rose hips, the feel for this, and the pockets from my kit. This is some boiled book page with roses and more of Mary Ellen's beautiful paper. This is a background and 2 main pages from my kit. Another background and a journal card of this owl with this thistle. This is also from my kit, as is the pocket. As is this little envelope, which flips out. And I've placed this little bit inside of it just as a fun little bit of writing space. This is some of my rusty carbonized leaf paper with lace down the side. And then this is just this fun book page from this French book about a magician, and I love that the broom is like, it's come to life. There's all these little mushrooms in a pot, and there's the broom again over here. Some of my hand-dyed purple paper and rusty carbonized leaf paper. This is stapled on. I felt like she was really nice for this book. And some parchment paper. And this is another boiled book page with lots of fun botanicals. And a little belly band here with a crow and a bell on a shelf with keys hanging. And another page from my kit. This is a journal card also from my kit. And then this pocket here has this index card that's been coffee dyed, and this is a little round bit from my kit as well. And another boiled book page, and more of that it's that parchment stationery, the like high quality like resume type paper, and more of the rusty carbonized leaves and hand dyed paper. This is a little botanical bit. It has also some thistles on it, and it's been stitched on. And then another rusty carbonized leaf page. We have this fun little side tuck here. It's like this castle door that has this little eye hole and a key and these like big latches, and you can see the leaves back there. And then this is just a nice piece of handmade paper from the papertrail.ca. This is a little snail pocket. Inside we have this journal card of thistles on a fun painted paper. Another page from my kit, that's the background, and then the main page. Some fun green lacy paper and more of the watery rust-dyed oak leaf paper. This is some fun handmade paper. It's really beautiful. And then this is a belly band that I have stitched and trapped inside of the acetate, an entire thistle plant. It's actually quite beautiful. Let's bring it up to you for a moment. And it's collage, and it's on Mary Ellen's lovely paper. And then this is a large dyed index card that's been folded for a journal card. And over here we have this little pocket, and this is one of the Thistle journal cards from my kit. More of the boiled book page with the lovely lace. This is a collaged library pocket on a page from my kit, and this has a journal card inside. It's from a French book, and then we have a Modigliani image, and I just liked her for the Thistle Witch theme, and there's owls all on here. Another background from my kit, and then this tiny pocket with a little tiny journal card inside. Just a fun little bit there for a note. Some more of my hand-dyed purple paper, and this little round tuck spot with another Thistle journal card from the kit. And another background, and this is one of my little tabs that I made. I felt like she was very witchy, and she has a little cat. This is another page from my kit, and another background. This little envelope here is actually from a Release the Crafted kit, and I thought it went really well here with my little Thistle card inside. A collage tuck spot with another original play with thistles on some photo paper. More of my hand-dyed paper and a fun little glue down of this is like a little magician's mailbox with like little rolled up papers coming out, and a frog on this side. Another background and page from my kit, and boiled book paper with roses. More of Mary Ellen's paper and that lovely hand-dyed or handmade paper. The watery oak paper, and then this pocket here. This is actually Edith Holden illustration, and then the cabinet card with the Thistle Witch inside, so that's a journal card there from my kit. Another of those beautiful lace papers, and this is another page and background from my kit, and more watery oak. Tag pocket and background are all from my kit, as is that, and some more boiled book page with roses and leaves, more lace. These tickets are from my kit. Pocket and tag of the Thistle Witch from my kit on the rusty carbonized leaf paper. Some cabbage dyed paper, and more of that fun stationery, and then more of the boiled book. More thistles, another page from the kit. This is a Louisa Heinzel pocket, and then this is just a nice vintage, I think, Graphics Fairy journal card. and then some watery rusty oak leaf paper and a little purple leaf. And then the last page is also from my kit, and then back here I just kept it simple. I still need to sign and date this, but my my seal is there. So that is the Thistle Witch journal. I hope you enjoyed this little flip through. This is a chunky and fun book. I really love how it turned out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to work in. Lots of writing space, lots of space for gluing things down, and lots of unique and different touches, right? Like from these thistles to this cover, just a lot of unique and fun things that I did with this book. So thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.